Now we're going to take a look at question 2. This is another question from the 8th grade science STAR test. At the top of your question, you have this document that is called reference materials. At the beginning of all of your STAR test, you may have a reference page with bits of information that can help you throughout the test. So for this particular test, you are given some formulas for density, average speed, and net force. The question asks, a student measures the mass and volume of a small cube made of an unknown metal. The mass of the cube is 25 grams and the volume of the cube is 3.19 centimeters cubed. The student is told that the cube is a sample of one of the 4 metals listed in the table below. So here's the table. We have the density of 4 metals: gold, iron, silver, and tin. Based on the data given, the unknown metal is most likely which one? So that is the question that we're trying to figure out. What is the unknown metal based on the data given? So go ahead and pause the video and try answering the questions, and then when you're ready, press play and we'll go over the correct answer. Okay, so for this question here, it's different from the first question that we talked about because I see a lot of numbers. And so one of the best things to do when you're taking the exam is annotate and make notes of anything that will probably help you answer the question. So I'm going to go ahead and circle 25 grams for the mass. And then for the volume, I'm going to circle 3.19, okay, because that's what we know about the unknown metal. Now in the chart here, you always want to look at the title because that tells you what information is in the table. So this particular question, or I'm sorry, this particular table is listing the densities of these 4 metals, okay? So I have 2 numbers and I have the title density. If I look at my reference material, I have density here. So I know that I probably need to perform some type of mathematical calculation in order to solve this answer. Now, the 2 components that we need include mass and volume. Do we have those 2 values in our question? We do. We underlined them earlier. So we have mass here and we have volume here. So we're going to simply plug in the values using this formula. So I'm going to shorthand D for density. And then I'm going to go ahead and plug in my numbers here. So if I use my formula, mass goes on top. So the mass here is going to be 25 grams. And then the number on the bottom is the volume. So here in my volume, it says it's 3.19 centimeters cubed. And then you guys will actually be given a calculator on the STAR exam, so you can use your calculator to solve this problem. It's going to be 25 divided by 3.19. And we'll have to round the answer because if you notice on your calculation, the answer is 7.836, and we'll add the units grams per centimeter cubed. And so what we're going to do is now we're going to use the information that they give us to find which densities match. Okay, so this is the density of the unknown metal, and these are the known densities. I'm going to look through each number and find the one that's the closest match. So 19 is far off from 7, so I'm going to mark that one out. 7.85 and 7.84 are pretty similar, so I'm going to leave that one there. 10.5 is pretty far off from 7.84, so I'm going to mark that one out. And then we have 7.28, which is pretty close to 7.83. So process of elimination, I've narrowed it down to iron and tin, okay? So I can go ahead and mark out gold and silver, okay? Now, because the numbers are very close, we want to pick the one that's the closest match. So if you look at your decimal, 0.85 is very close to 0.84 compared to 0.28. So the closest match is going to be this number right here, 7.85. 7.85 is the density for iron, so I know that the unknown metal is most likely iron. So hopefully you guys got this question correct. We will practice with more questions.